What's up, everyone? I hope you're all having a fantastic day. To get us started on today's video, we've got an interesting video of Brad Garlinghouse that has been making the rounds on social media over the weekend. It's shared by Rob Cunningham during the 2023 XRP Las Vegas event. Garlinghouse told a crowd of XRP supporters that we are going to win this thing. Later that day, Garlinghouse would take to Twitter to share his appreciation with XRP holders. He tweeted, "Great to meet so many folks from the XRP community at XRP Las Vegas 2023. The camaraderie is remarkable and an amazing feeling in person versus Twitter. There's no doubt Ripple team is very confident in their fight against the SEC."
From here, look, I've said it once before as I have bet the number tonight. I'm here to thank you. I appreciate your thanking me, but I'm here to thank you for all that you have done to support this effort. Truly, it does take an army. And this army has been incredible. So, took it for you. That would be, I don't know, not really surprised yet. You have to try to leave to when it close off the top of that is those.
As always, welcome back to Moneyside, your favorite crypto news channel. If you're new here, welcome to the XRP Army. Hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. That way you don't miss out on our daily crypto news updates. For more interesting news today, we've got another update from the digital asset investor. Why has Ethereum been completely left alone while the SEC sued Ripple and tied them up in court for over 2 years? It's not SEC versus Ripple, it's SEC Ethereum v. Ripple and XRP, and has always been. The Ethereum founders and their disguised ICO whales wouldn't hold up for a month in an SEC.
Well, let me start by saying I think it's great for the blockchain and crypto industry to have players like JPM leaning in. Thumbs up. Yep. That's great. That's the only nice thing I'm going to say about this.
You mentioned Jamie Dimon, so let's bring it back to Jamie and JP Morgan. What do you think is going to be the thing that they will have to change the most or lose market share and somebody else is going to do better, faster, serve their clients better than JP Morgan or Goldman Sachs?
You can just hear the bankers panicking right now.
But what
low bucks panic in their voices.
Okay. So I got asked this last week. I was speaking at a Morgan Stanley conference, and somebody asked me, there was this headline, set of headlines about, about the JPM coin.
Our company consensus has been very prominent since the start of the Ethereum ecosystem. I can attest that JP Morgan was there right from the start before public mainnet was even launched.
This guy was from Morgan Stanley who was interviewing me. I said, "So is Morgan Stanley going to use the JPM coin?" And he's like, "Well, probably not, And so, well, is Citi going to use the JPM coin? Is BofA going to use the JPM coin? Is PNC? And the answer is no.
So Consensus has been working with JP Morgan for quite a long time, more recently, to discuss how we might work together more intimately. And so
does that mean we're all going to have these different coins? Does that mean we're back to where we are, where there's lack of interoperability? So what? I don't get it.
The coin team is heavily engaged with us for at least a year to facilitate a transition, and we're working together on a shared roadmap that we've defined and we'll continue to define together.
One more quick thing on JPM coin. So let's think about this. The JPM coin, they announced for institutional customers, if you give them $1 in deposits, they'll give you a JPM coin that you then can move within the JPM ledger. Wait a minute, just use the $1.
Right.
JP Morgan started paying attention to Ethereum blockchain technology even before public mainnet was released. So they started experimenting and building out some things when we were still building proofs of concept.
I really don't understand. If you're just moving it within the JPM ledger, and it has to be dollar to dollar, a one-to-one backing, it honestly doesn't actually, I don't understand what problem that solves.
They had a handful of different teams that focused on blockchain technology. And we've interacted with them roughly from the start, we started to interact with them in a really concerted way around the time of the advent of the Enterprise Ethereum Alliance. We were two of the major drivers of that initiative and have been two of the major drivers of activity inside the EEA since launch, really.
Now, back to my first answer. Look, if it solves the problem of JPM being associated as they're leaning into crypto, yay. That's all I got.
It's after the press planting. They plant the press stories. They put out lawsuits. They create as much of a fuss as possible. They try to get their government friends involved. And then they go, oh God, this thing's happening.
In an update that was shared by 801 XRP, Nabil Malik says that the government does not understand cryptocurrency. It's obvious with the SEC case with XRP right now. They labeled it a security, took it off all U.S. exchanges, and now they're slowly losing the case. That clearly shows that we need a new body that's well conversant with cryptography to manage the regulation of the crypto sector. The traditional money market rules don't apply to this new world of digital currencies.
Anything, Nabil?
So I'm going to look at it from a different perspective, right? I think the biggest problem in the industry as we speak right now, especially from a regulation perspective, is that the government does not understand cryptocurrency, right? You can say this is very obvious currently with the SEC case with XRP right now. They initially labeled it as a security, took it off all the US exchanges, and now they're slowly losing the case. I just think the current framework does not equip any agency to deal with or regulate cryptocurrency. I believe there should be a brand new branch or a new agency which has smart people that are well versed and educated in cryptography and the technology to manage and regulate the industry. The old rules do not apply here. And I'll give you an example, right? Traditionally, stocks, if you say one company is fraudulent or it's a scam, you just delist it from Wall Street and nobody can purchase it. That's not true with cryptocurrency, right? XRP was at this moment, even from a US government perspective, they've said it's a security. All the exchanges have delisted it, but you can purchase it from your peer. You can still purchase it from another exchange. So even if the US government today decides to ban Bitcoin, you still cannot take it out of your country because it's decentralized and you can purchase it from a neighbor or somebody sitting right here, right now.
Even the guy next to you on the...
And now as we wind up on today's video, we've got another tweet from Lee. Tucker Carlson declares the United States is at direct war with Russia, according to the recently leaked Pentagon documents. As we speak, American soldiers are fighting Russian soldiers. This is a hot war between the two primary nuclear superpowers on Earth. This is a crime. The recent leaks of highly classified Pentagon documents have shed light on the extensive spying activities that were conducted by the U.S. on its allies and foes alike. They also show Zelensky personally ordering attacks inside Russian territory. You'd think these officials would avoid outright provable lies to maintain some plausibility for their war propaganda. Despite the sanctions, Russia can finance the war against the Ukraine for at least a year. These documents are dated March, so they do not take into account the consequences of sanctions introduced recently.
So this is not a regional conflict in Eastern Europe. This is a hot war between the two primary nuclear superpowers on Earth. And yet this war has never been formally declared. It has not been authorized by Congress. And for that reason, this war is a violation of American law. It is a crime.
Former Director of National Intelligence James Clapper explains to CNN's Wolf Blitzer why he believes the potential release of Jack Teixeira, the suspect arrested for leaking Pentagon documents, would threaten U.S. security, and why Teixeira would be a foreign intelligence target.
General, I also want to get your reaction to news that's just out right now from the Washington Post. The Post reporting that Ukraine's President Zelensky telling the newspaper that he learned about the Pentagon leaks in the news. He says that, I'm quoting him now, "I did not receive information from the White House or the Pentagon beforehand." Is that true?
Well, I can't speak to whether that's true or not. I will tell you that Secretary Austin has conducted a large number of phone calls, conducted a large amount of outreach to our allies and partners around the world to discuss the matter with them, to highlight how seriously we are taking this issue, to include several conversations with his Ukrainian counterpart, Minister Reznikov.
President Zelensky also says in this new report that this was not beneficial, his words, to the White House's reputation or to the reputation of the United States. It doesn't sound like this relationship, at least for now, has been repaired completely.
Well, again, I don't want to speak for President Zelensky. I will say, as evidenced by, for example, last week, the Ukraine Defense Contact Group, the United States, the Department of Defense, we remain committed to working very closely with Ukraine and our international allies and partners to ensure that they have the security assistance they need to be able to defend their country and take back their sovereign territory.
As always, do your own research and always trade safely, guys. Please keep in mind, we're not a licensed financial advisor. All videos on this channel are intended for entertainment purposes only. Let us know what you think in the comment section below, and let's have a conversation. Thank you as always for watching. Don't forget to like this video. Please click on that subscribe button below and turn on notifications so you get informed when we drop new video. We'll look forward to seeing you on the next Money Side.